Hello and good day to you, my beautiful friends. I do hope you are well. Welcome to episode 122 of Cross Button VR, our journey into the world of VR. I'm your host, Reese, and it's an honour to be joined once again by Hippie Pickle. How
Hey,
you doing, dude?
I'm all right. Yourself?
People are like, oh, he's been on here a few times,
Yeah,
isn't he? He's
yeah.
back again. And the reason
Different
for that
beard
is,
though. Different beard.
yeah, it's got a different coloured beard. The reason for I get Hippie on is because he's always happy to just say yes at a short notice. And, well, I always have a good laugh from him too. But the main reason for that was because I don't know if anyone saw, I did put a post out on Twitter to say, not too sure if we're going to be recording this week because just how hot it's been in the UK. I didn't want to sit down and record a whole episode for an hour to 2 hours or however long they've been these days because literally the chat just carries on and I'm like, yeah, it sounds good. Let's crack on with it. Let's roll with it. But my mind did not want to sit in a room for an hour to 2 hours. So I was like, okay, I probably ain't going to do this week. But I was like, Joe, what? It's cooled down. Let's crack on with it. You know, the show must go on. So that is what we're doing. So
Yeah,
how are
and
you,
can tell
dude?
me to you can tell me to shut up. It's fine. I'll just like bow down to the greatness.
No, you can say whatever you want. Well, not whatever you want. You know, there's YouTube guidelines we must follow.
There's guidelines. Yeah,
Yeah, there's YouTube guidelines.
it's been 30 seconds. Can we say the C word?
No, that's the C word is reserved only for Alex. So
Coconuts.
yeah,
Coconuts,
coconuts.
of course.
Okay.
Coconuts.
Also, if anyone hears any noises in the background, sprinting, running, scratching, clawing, towels running in and out of the door, it's because
That's my wife.
It's because I've got the cats out. They're free roaming the house at the moment, which is lovely to see because they've had a very stirred up few months, just like the rest of us. So yeah, they're currently sprinting around the house. I've got one. Well, there was one sleeping there. It's gone now. Anyways, let's go through the whole good old. Oh, there's Tango coming in. All right. Anyways,
Tango. Oh, is it because he's orange, right? Okay, yeah.
It is because he's orange. Yes.
Does
Okay.
he come up and like slap you around the face? Attention!
No, he lays and stares at you in the eyes in the most endearing way. He's a really affectionate cat, but only like when it's bedtime.
Does he do it while rubbing all 8 of his nipples?
Crying out loud! All right, I should have shut the door. The cat shouldn't have been here. All right. Anyways, if you'd like to support us, please give this podcast a sub on the service you're using. If you're watching us on YouTube, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. And why not leave us a comment too? You can find us on Twitter and Blue Sky at CrossButtonVR. And now you can also find us on Ko-fi, which is Kofi, which is basically Patreon, but not. But if you go over there, you can support us. And it helps basically pay for the service that we use to keep all the lights on and us keep producing these episodes for you that you seem to all keep going back watching. So thank you for that. And a big shout out to Golu and Phil, who are our monthly members. And yeah, if you'd like to join them, you know where to go.
Golu, he's been on it with Pistol Whip and the VR the champions. He's last minute he was saying I'm no good, and then he knocks me off that second place.
I actually wanted to talk a bit about that a little bit. So recently, I don't know if this is a bit like we usually mention the Discord near the end of the episode, but if you're not in the Discord, the Cross Button VR Discord, make sure to head over there. If you want a friendly VR community where we don't sit there and go, this headset's better, or fighting over plastic things we throw on our face, all for the enjoyment of being in another world, definitely head on over. And at the moment, we've kind of relaunched. Hippie here came to me and said, dude, I want to throw some challenges in for the VR the champions, because if any old listeners remember, it was something we'd do every now and then where it would just be get a score on this. If you win, brilliant, bragging rights, or sometimes, there might be a reward heavily dependent on, where we are, what we can do at the time. And it hasn't been done for months, obviously, with my life going a bit all over the place, then Alex stepping back, and then Laurie sadly stepping back as well. So it's kind of just been, right, I've concentrated on this, keeping the show going. But Pickle, what a lovely dude, man. Thank you so much. Literally just reaching out. Let me sort this out for you. I'm like, Joe, what? I know when to ask for help. So I was like, yep, you can crack on with that if you want. And he's not just done one challenge. He's done is it going to be a 2-tier challenge?
Yeah, we've started off with just doing 2 games a month. So 2 weeks at a time, get your best score in. We did Pistol Whip. We just ended Pistol Whip. And Arif, out of nowhere, that score.
Mate.
Yeah, she's second in the world on that at the moment. It's like, wow. I can't get anywhere near that. I kind of plateaued. But it's just, yeah, it's been great just having that camaraderie between people and pushing each other on.
It's been lovely.
Literally, it's made me feel really good just to have that kind of bit, because you can do it in your own time. There's no rush. It's not like an online multiplayer and competing like that. But it's just, you can do it whenever you want. And just being nice to just like push yourself and like, come on, I can do one more run, one more run, and then it's been Galaxy Kart next.
Yep, Galaxy Kart, and I mean it's been lovely as well because like it's really brought another atmosphere back to the Discord again, because I think the Discord is one of the things where it's the same with every Discord. One day it can be really busy, next day it can't, and all that kind of stuff. But it's really brought that kind of like you come in every day and there seems to be people chatting, and it's great to see.
Nice. It is really nice. It
is, and it is heavily because of bringing back the VR Champions. You know, that whole community aspect, and it's something we always wanted to do with the Discord, but sadly things got in the way, and we're now where we are. But it's all coming back, and with that, let's talk about the next community thing that's coming. So we've decided to do community nights at least once a month, and by community nights we don't mean we're all going to meet up at the local pub and get absolutely hammered. No, I mean,
why not? Why not? I tell you,
that was Pickle's idea. I said I don't think we can do that. I don't think I can expect Golu and Headbite and all that to fly over from Poland and come over for a pint for one night.
Swim, I say.
So with that, I mean, we've decided basically to do it so it's just one night a month, maybe 2 nights. It heavily depends on how it goes. We're trying to decide on a day or a date at the moment, and then a time, and also selecting a game basically where we want to squad up and just play a game. That could be anything, which you put out a poll and you can decide on the game that it'll be for that month or that bi-weekly event. Who knows what we're going to do? And yeah, that's how we're going to run it, and hopefully people start enjoying that as well. It'd be a great way for us all just to kind of chill out, have a good laugh. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, that's it. It's people you talk to online. It's like for ages, for months, and to actually talk to them physically as well. It's just that kind of nice engagement, and just like you sound different to what I thought of, or really get that kind of idea. Yeah, when you sit and talk to people,
you act different when you're not on the camera.
Yeah, you're a bit different.
Yeah. Your voice skills a bit weird. So
I shall talk proper English tonight.
Yeah, exactly that. But we're hoping to do that hopefully in the next 2 weeks. I'm hoping to get a date, so probably the first week in August. I'm hoping.
Well, by the time this comes out, it's more than likely going to be walkabout for the next event.
Put down
three. The big water.
Yeah, I think it's 3 games. It was like Synth Riders, Walkabout Mini Golf, and Galaxy Kart. Because I was thinking of games that are crossplay, and literally, I think one person's went for maybe Galaxy Kart, and everyone else went for Walkabout Mini Golf. I mean, I'm happy with that. But I don't know whether this is because they've heard of how bad I am at Walkabout Mini Golf and they want to watch that. It is quite a spectacle. It's something that anytime I play Walkabout Mini Golf for people, it's usually, it's quite traumatizing for me. But other people seem to enjoy it. So, hey.
Well, so you're not really good at it. Was that just a fake online?
No,
right. Okay.
I am terrible.
I was missing the joke. When Alex was saying your skills.
No, literally. I think there's only been one time in the history of Walkabout Mini Golf that I beat Alex, and that was when we was playing the Wallace and Gromit course for the first time. And I beat him, and I went to take a screenshot, and he quickly pressed next menu, so it took away the scoreboards. He's like, there's no proof, and I'm like, So he can deny it, but I know it happened, or maybe I'm just imagining it at this point. Who knows? But that was the first time I ever won a game on Walkabout Mini Golf, so I'm not good at it. But I'm looking forward to us all kind of jumping in and hopefully playing some Walkabout Mini Golf. So please, if you do want to join in,
just a shout out to Alex as well, to see him back on the Discord as well for the first time in a while. Really, really nice to see him. Guy's doing really well.
Alex still lurks heavily in the background. He's still very much there. He hasn't played much VR, but I think the last VR game he played was the Midnight Walk. He played that in VR, and then he spoke about it on the Mimic's Vow, which if you do like non-VR stuff as well, go check out the Mimic's Vow. I implore it. It's such a great podcast. Just general banter between 3 friends, and it's just a great laugh to listen to. It's chilled, laid back, silly, informative. Yeah, and
he'll be back when it gets cold and you can VR. It's like, here's a warm up. Let's jump in VR.
I do, every now and then I jump into a game with Alex on VR. It's just fun the time, and also the right game for it. But I'm sure when he's played a few more games, I will get him back on here, and he'll be more than glad to come back on and just talk a bit of VR again. It'd be happy. I'll be happy to have him back as
Well,
well.
if we finally get more hybrids, then he can talk about the flat version of it. You can talk about the VR version of it.
Yeah, there is always that. So, I mean, with that, there's no topic today. Like I said, didn't know if we were going to be doing the episode because of the heat. So let's just crack on with the news. And again, there's not really much. Not really much has happened. There's been a few things that have popped up on the PlayStation Store in terms of games, and I've had a chance to kind of play as many of them as I possibly can to kind of bring you the thoughts of all of them today.
Truck Simulator.
Pardon?
American Truck Simulator.
No, so even though I don't mind playing some bad games every now and then, I don't like to go out of my way to absolutely torture myself. So I have missed Truck Simulator. I think I've missed, is it Critical Strike VR as well?
Oh,
I've missed that one. Although I was tempted to pull the trigger on that one and pick it up. But I decided, actually, no. Be smart here. Don't be stupid. Be smart here. Don't pick that up. Instead, spend your money on something that's on sale or, I don't know, whatever's on sale on the PSN right now.
Well, the thing is, the easy way to spot shovelware is when you ask for a key and you get silence.
It's not just that. I mean, there's easier ways. I mean, for the consumers to spot shovelware, the best way to spot it is, one, with CGI Labs, they always put VR in the actual panel itself, so
long-winded, or VR simulator.
It'll be a stupid title followed by, if you look at the picture, it'll just have VR. It will have the words VR in the picture as well. That's a good way to spot it. Other ways is to see whether it's had a flat game 3 or 4 years ago on PSN that has negative reviews, and now they're doing the VR because they found it an easy way to try and get some more money. There's been a few of them that have done that, and a couple of them have already been removed from the store. So
the thumbnail looks beautiful,
Yeah. It's, another way to tell is that usually 80% to 95% of the time the thumbnails are AI generated. So yeah, just it's as simple as that. Just avoid those ones until maybe one day somebody goes, "I played this AI slop right here that was on the store, and it actually wasn't that bad." Obviously, there is some games on the store that do use AI as their artwork, and I would say to them, try to maybe spend some money and get a better artwork to avoid being kind of labeled in that shovelware mess. But anyways, let's crack on with the news. Like I said, there is not a lot, but it kind of counteracts the amount of stuff we've got to go through in terms of what games that came out in the past week and what we played and things like that. And also have a product to talk about. Ooh. So firstly, what I want to talk about is Ascent Quest coming to PC and PSVR2 in 2026. Now, if nobody knows what Ascent Quest is, let me fill you in. So it's a 1 to 4 player RPG open world game, obviously, which you play in VR. Again, obviously. But what's cool about this one is obviously we've seen, open world RPG games done in like an MMO type scale. Obviously with Zenith, however you want to pronounce the thing, which I still stand by that. I enjoyed that game. I liked it, but then they kind of ruined it.
Never got to try it.
They shot themselves in the foot. Yeah. Like they just kind of ruined it themselves. But I think what was cool about that game was playing it with your mates and going around and bumping into the NPCs and things like that. It was cool getting another person just bumping into you every now and then, just waving. But at the same point, it was like, I think the cool part was just playing these huge quests and doing all this stuff and taking out enemies and dungeons and things like that as a group. So I think what Ascent Quest has done is they've actually kind of tackled that in a really good way and thought, Joe, we don't need all this other, you don't need an MMO. We don't need to kind of play into that. We just need the core mechanics of what is fun. And that's the RPG element in a 4-player squad, teaming up with your mates, going to do dungeons, quests, bumping into NPCs, doing all stupid stuff that you would do in an RPG game, but in VR instead. They've shared some alpha gameplay footage, and for alpha, it looks pretty good. Like I said, this isn't on Quest. This isn't coming to Quest, but I believe it will be coming to Quest once they've done the full release for PSVR2 and PC. So as you could imagine.
The trailer on Steam still lists Quest at the end?
So it will do, because I think originally when they announced it on their Kickstarter, Quest was the idea.
So they're not updated it. Right,
but no, on their official Discord, it lists an early access launch. So it'll be coming to PC in early access between mid to end 2026. And then 2027 will be the full release, so we'll probably be getting it on PSVR2 in 2027, sadly, because PSVR2 doesn't allow early access, which I kind of
Sony
wish.
need to get on top of that.
Yeah,
They
I
do
kind
need
of
to get on
wish.
top of it.
Yeah, I kind of wish they would. I understand it because they have no they have no like refund policy or things like that. But you look into these things and you buy them accordingly. And then obviously Quest will probably come maybe, I don't know, let's say somewhere between 2027 and 2028. Who knows? So yeah, I mean, it looks good. Like I said, I haven't
By
played
end of
it.
next year, I might actually have a PC VR set up so I could actually play it.
Hopefully so. But they state it has a wide range of weapons with advanced combat mechanics. You'll be able to dodge, parry, as well as cast magic. So just think of the good old legendary
Skyrim
towels.
style, yeah, and things
Yeah,
like that.
legendary towels. Think of that in VR. And also, it's kind of there's something similar in this with the blacksmithing and making and crafting your weapons. There also seems to be a homestead where you can actually customize your own home area and
Yeah, I saw
lay
that
out.
on the trailer. Yeah,
Which looks really cool. You can go sit in an NPC filled bar with your mates, because why not? You know, if you've
and they're still doing a large player base kind of MMO because the Steam description still says like up to 100 players online in certain areas. But I assume you might be able to squad up. But then, do you still see the other people? That's what I'm kind of
that's a
interested
good
in.
question.
Is it still going to be MMO?
I mean, I suppose they could do it away like that, but I'm not really too sure. It says you explore and fight for 4
I'm just
players.
thinking like Final Fantasy 14, you can have like a squad of 8.
Special voice
You know.
chat and integrated areas. I mean, maybe. It does still state MMO, but that might be just what it falls under. I say wait until nearer the time to see more about that. But looking at their
It could just be like the social areas, like towns and things. They might see more people around, but that'd be really cool. That's the kind of thing I do want in VR.
I've got the answer for you.
Go on.
Right. If you go to their Kickstarter, it says, "Is it MMO?" And it says, "Almost. In cities and outposts, it is like an MMO. You can meet hundreds of players, socialize, trade, and create a party. But when you leave the city, it is instanced. So it's a party against the wild. So basically, as soon as you leave the city, that's it. You're on your own with whoever you left that city with. If you join a
That's
party.
what I thought it would do, because for
Great way of
performance
doing it.
issues, performance issues, that would be a lot better because it's only concentrating on the 4 connections and not all the other people doing stuff. And then, if you're looking for a specific mob or a quest, it's for you guys.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's a good way of doing it. Like I said, with Zenith, that was the fun of it. Is just grouping up with your mates and playing. It wasn't so much of anything else. I think.
Sorry,
yeah,
I just cat dancing in the background.
So it's been the last episode that I have the door open for the cats to come in because you got them two just like play fighting with each other because that's
thumbs up for the cats. Subscribe for the cats.
What are they doing? Wait, you two.
Just some assault.
Right. If you're on Spotify, you can just click and watch the video. If you load it up on your screen, you will be able to see the video. But here's a few more frequently asked questions that they got. How much will it cost? Is it sub-based? It is buy to play, so there is obviously no subscription fees. And for the price expected, something between $25 and $40.
That's really reasonable if it's going to be a big scope game.
So even then, even though they put Quest in the trailer, they have stated the same thing in their Kickstarter. It'll be PC, PSVR2, and later on MetaQuest 3. They aim to make the game compatible with major tethered headsets on the market, including Steam VR, Oculus Rift, WMR, but also Quest using Link. It is likely to be published on Steam, PlayStation Store, and Oculus Store. Okay. How can you buy and play it?
If you've got big wide open areas, though, is that render distance what standalone can struggle with? Because it's just going to break the immersion if you can't just like see off into the horizon and see things to go towards. That's what big MMOs are kind of like. That's what you want,
Another good question is, does it have player versus player content? And the answer to that is no. Currently, the game is 100% player versus environment, but they may consider PvP only, but only post-release. It's not going to be something they're going to actually do on the day of release. They've got other questions on here, microtransactions. Is there a cash shop planned? Yes, with cosmetic items like mini pets, capes, and a few quality of life items like account bank expansion or additional character slots. No pay to win. We are strictly against that. No boosters, no items with stats on it, no real life money in game, no real life money to in-game transaction. The revenues we get from the cash shop will help us paying for the server infrastructure and work on more content for the game.
See, I'm perfectly happy with that because that's what Final Fantasy does. Yep. It's cosmetics, mounts. They do have some level skip portions, which I'm kind of against, which means new players can instantly jump to a higher level, but then they're not learned all the basics. But other than that, it is just cosmetics and stuff. I'm fine with that.
Exactly. Another question. By that, does it mean all the coolest looking items are going to be in the store? And they've said no. Armor and weapon skins are not planned for the cash shop. We believe the best looking equipment must be acquired in the game. Players' progression must be visible on the character. It is part of the reward for defeating the strongest of foes. Cosmetic items only add some flavor, such as capes, tattoos, pouches, and various visual accessories that come on top of the armor.
Come on top of the armor.
I knew you'd say something. You can play it solo, as they've agreed. Can you play it offline? No. Maps, characters, inventories, and overall progressions are saved on our servers. The game can't work without them. We plan to add ways to be more sneaky if you want to avoid social interaction while playing with others. And then it says content for post-release is planned. Is it playable without VR? No. Is it playable on standalone headsets? Currently, no. So like I said, it is coming later on Quest, but they are currently working on these other things. But yeah, it says they plan to work on Quest once PC VR and PSVR2 versions are stable. Are more features planned for the game, like mounts, naval combat, or mini pet battles? Yes. But instead of making 20 half-baked features, we prefer to focus on a fewer now and make them excellent. Once we are happy with them, we'll work on the additional features. Brilliant. Love that answer. Questions about beta and standalone. Yeah, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, looks awesome.
Yeah, you definitely have to keep me posted if they start doing testing and stuff. I'm down for anything like that.
Yeah, I'm actually
Yeah.
really intrigued by this. So basically, people have asked how the development's funded. They've basically said, the Kickstarter. They're hoping for some investors and publishers, which will obviously help them have more funding. But by the looks of it, just from Kickstarter alone, it had 317 backers, and they got a pledge of $36,682, which isn't the biggest amount I've seen towards a VR game. But I'd say for a game like this, they definitely deserve more. But I don't think you can actually pledge anymore by the looks of it. Can you pledge anymore? You cannot. I don't think. It's showing the pledging, but it won't let me. But there's pledges that go up to what's the most a player can pledge? $3,000.
Wow.
Meet the team in France. Design a boss with us. There's 12 items included, which are, let's have a quick look because I like looking at these. A day with the team in France. Statue of the biggest city of the game. Limited edition physical figure of the forest encounter. Arcanum access on Discord, alpha test access, beta test access, digital copy of the game, pre-launch access, early bird mini pet, explorer pouches cosmetic, and medal of believer cosmetic, and Discord role of backer. And do you know what I love about this as well? And I know some people may be a bit, the fact that they're asking for $3,000 for this, and someone has backed it. So they're asking $3,000. Even in that, they're not giving anything that's like a pay-to-win item, like that huge amount of money.
It's it's like a collector's edition, isn't it? That's what it is. Yeah.
I mean, some collector's edition. I mean, Call of Duty used to give you like more XP and things like that. It's one of the things. But yeah, enough of that. It looks awesome. I'm really intrigued. It's something I'm definitely going to want to play because I want something like Zenith again, and I think this will definitely give that to me. So. Yep.
Do you think it'll get your partner back into playing a lot more VR? Because she's big into ESO and things like that. So
I can only hope so. I don't know. She didn't mind playing Zenith for a while, but I could only hope so. But then it would actually require. I mean, she has the capability of playing PC VR. So yeah, maybe I can get her into it.
Thing is, I both love and hate this kind of game because I was big into Final Fantasy 14.
Is it because you'll get addicted?
Well, it's just that because Final Fantasy obviously was a subscription service, so
yeah,
because I'm paying it, and that's just all I wanted to play was that. And when you get into it, you're just doing that grind, that end game, and it is an addiction, but it's also I'm paying for it, I'm going to bloody use it, and you kind of everything else falls to the wayside.
Yep.
So it's kind of worrying as a content creator because you want to do you've got to do other things.
Just make videos on that one game until you feel like it's not you want to play anymore. Make that your niche, a niche.
But it's a good problem to have.
Yes, exactly. But anyways, let's move on from that. Like I said, looks cool. We'll make sure to keep you updated because it looks really cool. Anyways, next up on the news, Of Lies and Rain gets its PSVR2 demo. Have you played it yet?
No, I've just installed it. I've been so busy the last
Damn.
week.
But
I
I
know.
have.
It is just installed, but I've just not had a chance.
So I have played it. Everyone keeps saying, "Oh, it's like Half-Life Alyx and all that kind of stuff." And yes, it is. It is like Half-Life Alyx. So much so that some of the things are a bit too much like Half-Life in a sense. And I'll get on that in a second. But first, let's get over the good stuff. And it's not really a negative. He's made the move. You know, the developers made it his own. But at the same point, like if you played Half-Life Alyx, you played this, you go, that's a bit close. That's just almost kind of reskinned in a sense. But anyways, the game looks cool. The demo lasts about an hour to an hour and a half, depending on how slow and how stuck you get on certain parts, because it does not hold your hand in any way, shape, or form. Like literally, you stand and you're like, what am I supposed to do here? And I think anyone that has played a game like Half-Life Alyx in VR will probably get through this demo a little bit quicker, because I think not a lot of VR games have done what Half-Life Alyx has done by basically putting things, barricading doorways with, you know, wooden panels and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I've heard that's the boarded door stuck a lot of people because it doesn't tell you.
Yeah, but if you've played Half-Life Alyx, you know this type of thing you're just going to rip off with your hands, and it's exactly like that. It's these type of things that you look at and you go, can that be moved? That's what you got to always think. Can that be moved? If I was in real life, could I move that box? Could I move that barrel? Could I pick that up? And that's how to look at these type of games, and especially with Of Lies and Rain, because it's very much that. It's they'll board up a door and they'll put barrels in front of it, and you'll be like, looks like there's something in that room. Move the barrel, just slowly picking up each barrel, moving them away, and then moving the panels away from it, and then opening the door, shooting the lock, and you're like, oh, cool, there's some ammo in here, some GPU. And it's cool. I love that element of VR. I think it's very, very intuitive, and I don't think it's done enough, and I think it needs to be done more. It really makes the player want to explore the area, look at different things, and it even makes you want to interact with absolutely everything around you. Like you walk around, you'll find a dead body on the floor, and you're like, oh look, I can pick up the dead body. Whee! You'll see the dead enemy, you'll pick that up as well, and you're like, hey, this is, it's everything is interactable in a sense. There are a few items that you can't pick up. But it's...
See, I'm that kind of gamer as well, because I am can I do this? Or what if I do this? And I always try everything. It's like, you want me to go left, I want to go right. I want to see where I can go. Can I climb up here? I am that explorer.
And that's why it's perfect in that sense. And like in terms of like gameplay, graphics, if it's that, it's all really good. This developer, and I got to give him a lot of respect for this, has asked the questions to the PSVR2 community. What do you guys want in a game? And everyone came back with the feedback. And I tell you what, he has taken every single little thing on board, and he is trying his best to make this game perfect for what a PSVR2 player wants. Now,
it is solo dev, right?
I believe so. And I mean, now, when I say like perfect for a PSVR2 player, in some people's eyes, this may not be a perfect VR game, but it will be a perfect VR port. And I think that's what he's trying to aim for. And I think that's sometimes what you need. And it's a very good VR game. It's the first time I played a game that isn't Half-Life Alyx that I've went, this is like 90% Half-Life Alyx the way it feels in VR. And yes, it doesn't have the same kind of quality or attention to detail and all that kind of stuff, because like you said, solo dev is not going to be able to do that. I'm pretty sure he has some asset designers and things like that. But you're not going to be able to put all that work in that a game that costs millions to make. But the fact that he's got it like this and running like this and playing like this,
just sounds like he cares.
Hats off, like literally hats off. He should be incredibly proud of himself, they should be incredibly proud of themselves.
We've seen that so much though over the last couple of years. But some of the best games you've played, it'd be from these tiny teams or single person teams.
Yeah,
and they're making a game they love and want to make, and people are realizing that. It's not just. They're trying to get money and make something what's profitable.
Exactly.
They're making something they love. And that they make the best games.
Yeah, and they've added like the performance and quality modes, which ups the FPS and all that kind of stuff, and a little bit of detail, and makes it reprojected or non-reprojected. I don't know if this demo has PS5 Pro enhanced things, but I know that was something that the dev is potentially looking at as well. There's a lot of things I love about this game. There's absolutely a lot of things. I do
So
feel.
I've not looked too much into it. So, like, kind of, what's the overall theme of the game? You know,
Good question. It's like so. No, it's like so. You wake up and it gives you one of the things everyone wants to do in a VR game straight away when they wake up in a VR game, because your character wakes up and he's a bit concussed. And he's like, I don't know my name and all that kind of stuff. Someone's calling you Adam, I think it is, and he's like, Adam, who's that? Or I think her name's Sam. Voice acting is actually really good as well. Want to quickly shout that voice acting pretty spot on. Again, for an indie developed game, it's one of the things I always say when you're making a narrative story game and your voice acting is shit. No one's going to follow along that story. They're not going to feel the passion behind the characters. Voice acting, chef's kiss. So could be a little bit better here and there, but in terms of a VR indie game, chef's kiss. So you wake up and literally you're looking out on this horizon and you see these block cubey areas. And when I say block cubey areas, it's almost like alien kind of space type of setting. It's not like blocks and cubes because it's not been rendered correctly. But you look to your right, and again, straight off the bat, doesn't tell you what to do. So you're looking around, you're like, okay, there's a train there, a train hanging off the cliff. And it gives you that Uncharted 2 moment you've always wanted in VR. You get to climb up a derailed train. Yes, baby. Woo. Always wanted to do it. And it's not like, it's just a little bit of like, we climb up this little bit and you're sorted. No. You climb up these little bits of this rock, and then you turn to the right and you grab onto the pole of the train, and you kind of pull onto like the handrails of the train, and you're pulling yourself up this cart on these handrails and the seats and things like that. Yes. Oh, mate, I tell you, that one thing there did more for me in VR than some games I played in the last week or so. I don't know why. It just fulfilled that Uncharted 2 thing that I've always wanted. So
I am so booting this straight after the show.
Just for that, like, and I mean, so it doesn't feel like incredibly weighty or things like that in that sense. But I was like, this is what I've needed. It's just something about climbing up something that's derailed or broken, like broken buildings and things like that. And very cool. Loved it.
Is that I shouldn't be here? I shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, exactly. Like this doesn't feel safe.
It's that danger.
And your mind in VR, your mind's going, oh my god, if this falls off this cliff, I'm going down with this thing. Like there's no I can't like jump out of this really quickly. My reflexes ain't going to be able to do that. I'm not a cat, because you don't play as a cat in this game. This developer has understood what he wants to do in VR, and he's not made himself a cat in the game. But anyways, going forwards, you kind of come out of the train and you're looking around. You're kind of in this underground railroad place at the moment. And then you kind of walk a little bit further, and again, it seems like there's some sort of like sentinel type of beings going on where they kind of got like robotic enhancements and things like that, and it fits the setting he's trying to create so well. And I'm like, I want to play more, and I kind of don't want
slowly unraveling the mystery without telling you everything. Yeah,
exactly.
It makes you want to play,
and I've played enough of it to make me go, I like this, but it's also I've played enough of it to make me go, I don't want to finish the demo. Because I don't want to finish the demo, because I don't want to get to the end of the demo and go, oh shit, now I've got to wait until he's finished the rest of the game to get this. Like, I don't think I want to wait that long. I think I want to I think I've got what I feel like in how it terms of it plays and what I like. And I'm like, okay, I think I'm just going to let that sit now. But I don't know if I can, because at the same point, I'm like, I've not played something like this since Alex. It's like, this is great. And it's so cool. I will say the only thing that I think some people will probably point out and go, can you change it up a bit? It has sticky hands. If you don't know what sticky hands is in VR, it means basically when you pick up something in VR and it just picks up on any point of the hand. But this goes into my next thing, and I'm kind of doing this in a staggered way because I'm kind of just doing it how my brain's thinking of it. Remember, I've always said about Batman Arkham Shadow having some of the best finger dissection in VR, where every single finger bends back. This game has it. Ooh. Oh, mate. Why are more developers not doing this? Give me this, like, so I can push against wall and see my hand bend back. Like, I don't know why. It's one of the best things in VR because your mind goes, that's exactly what would happen.
Reeve on Quest, which has currently been doing alpha testing, has the exact same hands.
More games.
They are bendy fingers.
Yeah, if a game fits that setting and you want immersive, do it. Take some time. Make your fingers all bendy. I don't know how much more you need to do, but make your fingers a little bit more bendy because there's something great about just sitting in a VR game and just going, oh my, this is crazy. But yeah, it's very cool. But anyways, just going fast forward a little bit more in the demo. You've kind of explored, and I've got to the point, you get your gun. But before that, you unlock you find these things called GPU, which basically is a similar thing to Half-Life Alyx. In Half-Life Alyx, you find resin, and resin is used to upgrade your abilities and all that kind of stuff. Whereas in here, you find GPUs, and it's used to upgrade your abilities and stuff. And it's like, I was like, okay, cool. This feels exactly like Half-Life Alyx. See the passion, see how much you actually love that game, and you're trying to make something that's fitting your own narrative. And this isn't the thing that kind of made me go, oh, maybe change that up a little bit. Up to that point, nothing. I didn't need anything changed. So like the upgrade menu is all done by the GPUs, and I'm cool with that. And then it gives you the gravity gloves. So I'm like, okay, cool. Recognize those. Half-Life Alyx does the same thing. You know, you pick up something, fling towards it, and you grab it with your hand. All that kind of stuff. Very cool. Loads of games have done it. It's awesome. So fast forward, I get my pistol. Pistol reloading is exactly the same as Half-Life Alyx. Drop the magazine, grab the magazine from over your back, throw it in, pull the catch back on it, and you can then shoot. So before you get your pistol, I think it's before, I was walking around and I heard like a noise from the ceiling, and it was like it started making like I don't know what the type of noise it made, but it's enough to make me go, what the fuck was that? And I turned back and I see like this thing dangling from the ceiling. And instantly at that point I went, oh, for fuck's sake. And the reason I said, for fuck's sake, is not because I dislike the design of it or anything. It's because it's exactly Half-Life Alyx. It's exactly Half-Life. In Half-Life, you have these enemies that will shoot out a thing and it'll grab it and pull it up. But in that game, you can quickly look up and shoot them. Whereas this, it kind of shoots out. I think it's shooting at acid. I don't know. I didn't get hit by it, but it's very similar to Half-Life Alyx in terms that when you go and do it, it detects you, and then you've got to kind of move out of the way of it. So, I threw a barrel to it. It blew that up. And I was like, okay, cool. Cool that you've done something similar, but at the same point, I'm kind of like, I feel like I would have appreciated that they weren't there at all. Not because I don't like them or anything. And I think the design of them is actually really cool. It's just more so because it made me go, you've taken the inspiration from all these different things, and then it got to get the first enemy in the game. And I'm like, that's exactly Half-Life Alyx. Now you get to the point where it's inspiration, and then it's like, okay, I'm getting too familiar with all of this now, and I feel like I'm not playing a new game because I'm getting too familiar with everything else that I'm experiencing. Again, fast forward a little bit more, and this game throws at me my most favorite thing in VR games:
spiders.
Exactly, mate. Anything else? But you know what's quite funny? So when I played Half-Life Alyx, the head crabs did not bother me. I don't know why head crabs did not bother me. I don't like them because they're still creepy crawly and all that kind of shit, but they didn't bother me in VR.
They're crabs.
Yeah, they're crabs. That's fine.
They're Richie, and that's about it.
But like, I don't know why I keep playing with this little wooden piece here I've got. So I keep seeing that in my hand. I'm just fiddling around with that. Like I'm like, okay, why have you put spiders in the game?
They're not as bad as face huggers, though, are they? Face huggers.
Oh, mate, yeah. So in terms of VR, these are the things like I don't think I could tolerate. If Rogue Incursion does face huggers all the way through the second game, I don't think I'd be able to play it because the movement on them was too much. If there's any form of spiders, they can fuck off too. Lastly, crabs. Crabs are fine. Not in, but crabs in VR games are fine. But anyways, so I saw the spider and I was like, okay, cool. At least these aren't crabs or anything resembling a crab, but you have done something that's on all fours that pounces at you when you shoot them and kind of that stuff. But again, that kind of made me feel a little bit different to the first enemy because like spiders have been done in VR, they're quite accessible and it's always quite dumb. But whereas the first enemy, I was like, okay, it's not. There's also these sentinels that will shoot out lasers when they kind of see that you're in the area and you kind of like point your gun around and shoot them in the center, which felt really cool. I liked all that. But yeah, that was my only niggly bit was the first enemy that you bumped into is that like the little tentacle thing hanging from the ceiling. And I was like, oh, that is it. And I think it's because it's where it's been in every Half-Life game. It's like that for me. I was like, that's just a bit too close for comfort,
You just want to see something new and something original that you've not seen before.
Yeah, and I think it's because I've not seen them type of enemies been done in any other VR game and or many games in general. Maybe I'm just missing them, or maybe I'm not remembering some of them. And I'm pretty sure if somebody reminds me of some, I'll be like, oh, yep, you're right. I remember that now. But it was just that bit there for me made me go, oh, that's a bit too close to Half-Life for me. But at the same point, it's a different design, different enemy, the way it kind of does its attack, I believe. So, yeah, that's my only niggly bit. Other than that, everything else, absolutely fantastic. Very, very good. And yeah, I urge everyone to go out and go play this demo. Like, even if you don't complete the demo and you just want to get a taste of what's to come, do it. Play it until you...
But yet again, the Sony store is terrible. You've got to go to the actual announced game, the 3 dots, and change it to demo.
Yes, there is that. Yeah, so do that. But yeah, I do urge you, even if you don't finish it, just to play it a little bit, get a taste for it, see if it's something you like. Yeah.
I've always said a good demo though sells games.
I mean, yeah, but the thing is, there's a good demo and there's
it gets hype.
Mate, this demo is like 60 minutes to like 90 minutes long. Like, this isn't just a demo. This is
It's a good slice of the game, you know.
And the dev has come out and said that he doesn't want to toot his own horn here, but the demo, where it's obviously, as you can imagine, sets up every kind of thing in the process of what you're coming to expect. He said you can that's not even the best part of the game. Like, that's not even the best bit to him. Like, this is just getting you used and acclimated with everything. But at the same point, it's like, yeah, like.
Has it given an indication? Is it going to be next year at this point?
I don't know.
This year?
I don't know. I'm sure I will talk to him again soon. But literally, it's
because it's kind of like sounds like he's using this as technically a little bit of kind of early access to get a good feedback and feel.
Yeah, and I think that's
and that's a good idea.
Fantastic.
That's how you get around Sony, innit?
All for it. You know, all for it.
Put out an early demo and just like give me feedback. Talk to me. What do you like? What do you don't like?
So no, really impressive. I've got a lot of respect for the developer just from that one demo. I wish you nothing but the best. Like, I can't wait, and as soon as it comes out, I'll be playing for it. I can't wait. It feels awesome, plays awesome. You've done a great job. So, yeah, great work. I think nice. I don't know much more I can say other than just great work. It's just go play it, go pick up the demo, give it a go. You know, I think the only thing I can really say
it's a good title as well, because the title doesn't really give you anything away, does it?
Lies and Rain. What does that tell you?
Yeah,
and even the picture is like there's glowy lights and things like that. But yeah, like he's utilised the haptics as well, the adaptive triggers and things like that.
That's good.
I believe there's dynamic foveated rendering. I'm pretty sure I saw that in the settings. Like, I'm pretty sure he's utilised everything that you can think of on the PSVR2 headset. I will say I didn't feel any head haptics, but correct me if I'm wrong there, because I feel like I've got to the point now where with head haptics, I don't feel them that much. I actually feel
sometimes it can be subtle and you don't know. It's like, did I feel it? But then it's
weird.
You kind of get used to it.
Unless it's max mustard on the PSVR2, where it actually gives you a concussion every time. That's it. That's the only time I was like, this is awesome. But
or you load up drums rock and it's like boom, boom.
Yeah, exactly.
3 big booms in the head. You know?
But no. Otherwise, fantastic work. Keep at it. Nothing but love for that. Nice. So yeah, really good. But let's move on, because otherwise we're going to be going on forever, and we've got a few more things to go through.
It's going to be a short episode, he says.
Yeah, he says he's trying his best. He's trying his best. Brazen Blaze goes free to play on Quest, and I can't remember if it was on Steam as well. But the reason I wanted to mention this is because, does anyone remember Brazen Blaze? You know, the combat game where you'd beat up each other, a bit like Smash Bros in a sense. It was good fun. But one thing I still remember is the developer saying, "Oh yeah, we're considering PSVR2 and things like that." I feel like this announcement alone, with them going free to play, is pretty much enough for us to say that it's probably not coming to PSVR2, which is a shame, because I think
Mannequin, probably Frenzy, is probably going to stay free to play.
Yeah, it's a shame because it's actually a pretty cool game. The only thing it had setbacks with was the loading screen, but other than that, it was quite fun. But yeah, that's all I wanted to really go on that. Yeah, let's dish on to the next thing, and I've got to quickly do a product review. If you're not watching on YouTube, you can now click your phone on Spotify if you want to watch this build. If you just want to listen, I will obviously say the product. But this is the Kiwi K4 Duo. They sent this over to try out with our Quest. So the difference between this is obviously
headphones.
Yeah, I was trying to see if I still have it on my Quest. I don't. My Quest isn't where it usually is, so that's also concerning. But anyway,
I saw the cat going out the door with it.
Yeah, exactly. The cat's now playing I Am Cat online.
Cat. I Am Cat.
We'll go by the picture here, just for instance. But yeah, I've been using it for about a week now. But yes, it has headphones. So if you're a person who's not a big fan of using the audio that's already on the Quest, which is kind of built in and kind of plays quite loud outwards, then this is a great use, because obviously with this, they go straight over your ears, and it kind of directs the audio a little bit better. I've got some notes here, and that is my main selling point. I would say the main reason if you want to pick up this Headstrap is mainly because of the audio. It's not the best audio in the game. It's not the best audio you're ever going to get out of a set of headphones, so don't think that's what you're getting. But what you are getting is directed audio as opposed to audio that's in a radius. And if you are somebody who plays VR in a crowded room, like say if you're playing in the dining room, but your family's in the other room watching TV and they can hear the Quest in the other room and it's quite distracting, this kind of cancels that out. Because one thing I've always found with Quest, especially when I used to play downstairs every now and then, the missus would be watching TV and I'd be playing Smash drums, and she could hear the audio coming from the headset, and I'd have to turn it right down. But nobody wants to turn the audio down because you're not feeling it as much, then, especially on the Quest. So it does kind of fix that issue, but also give you good audio at the same time to crack on with. The only thing I would say is it makes the headset a little bit more bulky because now you have these headphones hanging off the side, and it does.
How do this sit? Are they
So,
really over your ears, or is it just actually kind of slightly away from
they
your
kind of
ears?
sit over your ear. I don't know where my Quest is. I'm gonna have to go find my Quest because I actually want to play.
So, no, a few people have talked about the ones what stand away from your head but give really good audio.
Yeah, I mean, they sit on your ear. They're quite small, so they're about that size. They literally sit on probably like the cups of your ears. But the only thing is, they're not that padded, so they kind of you can feel them on your ears if you push them in too much. But they kind of they're on like a little spring and a little clicking mechanism, so that you can kind of adjust them in and move them out and things like that. So you don't have to have them on your ears. The adjustment focus points of them are not too bad. I mean, the headset itself, or the headstrap itself, I'm just going to say, if you've seen, I mean, I've done a review. If you go to my own channel, if you type in K4 Boost, the review of that will give you an example of how comfortable this headstrap is. It's exactly the same as that, apart from you've just got headphones on the side of it.
It looked like it had the dial, what's in the actual strap itself, like a PSVR one.
Little cable's a little bit smaller as well at the front. You don't have this long dangling cable. It's practically that. It's that head
So I think
strap.
I got the H4, just the battery.
Oh, you've got the Halo one, have you? If you've got the Halo,
no, not the Halo one. It might be the K4 then.
You might have if you have the K4, it's like that. Yeah, at least he knows where his Quest is. Okay, so that's the older version. So the K4 is the K4 is one where it's built in. So it's that's the head strap I have used a lot on my Quest. It's basically their new version, so the K4 Boost, but this is the K4 Duo, and it adds the headphones on. And I mean, it's comfortable, but my only downside to it from like a consumer's perspective is it's quite on the pricey side. And obviously when it comes to headset audio and things like that, you're paying quite a bit for these headphones. And I think if you already have a battery strap, I don't know whether, without having like a place where you can test one of these, whether it's going to be the greatest thing for you just to go out of your way. Because I think they're about £120. And maybe a little bit less than that. But if you go out of your way to buy it, you may be disappointed. But obviously, if you're buying it from certain places, you might have 30 days money get back guarantee and all that kind of stuff.
Was that one Halo? Is that on the forehead on that one? Or
no, this is an Elite strap. These are Elite straps. So So these are the Elite strap style ones. They don't have it in a H4. It's good. It's comfortable. I think without going like sitting on this subject for too long, it's good. It's comfortable. The audio is decent. You can quickly switch between the audio of the headphones and also the Quest audio if you want to. It has about, I think it's a 5,600 milliamp. I don't think they actually specify it on the box, which is actually really weird. Oh, no, they do. There it is. It's 5,300 milliamps. So you're going to get roughly about 2 hours extra out of it. Which by the time that point happens, you're probably going to want to stop playing for a little bit anyway, hopefully. Unless you're like most people who play VR now, you'll be in it all day long. The other good thing is because the headphones are powered by the USB-C itself, there's not multiple cables on it. There's no 3.5mm jack to power the headphones. It does mean you can use it on the Quest 3 and the Quest 3S. I'm pleasantly surprised with the audio, but at the same point, I feel like it's probably not going to be one that I'm going to keep on using because for me, and personally me, I actually don't mind the audio on the Quest. I kind of like that I've not got big headphones over my head when I'm using
it is good.
Yeah, that's pretty.
I like that immersion of having headphones on though. I do like that immersion myself. Yeah, but it's choice.
But at the same point, and this is the other thing. I do feel like I would use it when I'm streaming because one thing I've always noticed when I stream VR is that the Quest headphones, it bleeds out into the microphone sometimes if it gets too loud. Mm-hmm. Whereas these being more directed, it wouldn't do that. So it's kind of like, yeah, I see a point for it. If you haven't got a battery strap and you want some cool headphones, crack on with it. If you've already got a battery strap, then I'd probably say just avoid it. There's no reason for you to go pick it up unless your battery strap breaks or you need a new one because, yeah, it's one of those things. But it's a decent product. And again, it's one of the things where I always kind of look at things. If something's made for at least one person, there's going to be other people that want it as well. There's at least one person that, oh, can you make something that has headphones? And I think this is clearly catered more towards like maybe the Quest 3 S players because obviously they don't have the option of plugging in their own headphones. So I think there's ways around that, but that's a whole nother thing.
Links down in the description,
Yeah.
probably. Maybe.
Yeah, there should be a link for it. I think I can't remember, but either way, you can find it on Amazon. You can go on their website. If you do want to buy one, you can get a little discount off your order by using our code, which is CBVR. So if you want to do that, by all means, crack on. I think for me though, personally, I'd probably still opt for their other head straps, the other elite straps. And again, that's not because I think the product's bad. It's more because I just don't need the
headphones.
For me personally, I don't need the headphones. I play in a room on my own. The sound doesn't bother anyone else, so I haven't got to worry about that. But I'm glad there's the option for people. So yeah. Anyways, lastly, I must say, Kiwi has sent us this product, obviously, to talk about. Yeah. So thank you, Kiwi, for that. But as usual, that doesn't change anything. You know, if it's bad, I'm going to say it's bad. There's good and bad things about it. The bad things being that I don't think I'm going to actually have much use for it. And I'd also probably say the price. I think that should be lowered. I think, again, with VR, if you just buy a headset for like 300 quid, for 400 quid, and then you see, oh, I'm going to get a head strap, and you look at that one, you can see something.
Accessories can be so expensive.
Yeah, and you see another one that's like 120 quid. You're like, oh. So I'd probably say.
It was like this one was 50 quid for this old basic model, which was expensive, really, for me, but it's perfect for what I need. But I kind of do want a Halo strap because I do find sitting on my face compared to like a PlayStation VR.
Yeah,
I think a Halo would be better for me. But then you can't just buy that bit.
No,
that's what I want. Is just I've got the battery. I just
we actually said this. I think me and Sam was saying this last week. Is that someone out there needs to make a head strap that, because I was saying I like wearing Halo straps when it's winter because I find it. You know, I don't want something sitting on my head there in the summer. But I think he basically said, like, somebody should make a head strap where you can just click it on. You click it on, it changes it into to a Halo strap, so it puts the pressure there, or something like that. Like, someone needs to kind of develop something like that. And I mean, Kiwi,
there's usually third-party people making third-party things for other third-party things. So
Kiwi, if you're watching
an adapter on the sides, there you go.
Kiwi, there's an idea for you. You know, just crack on with that. Make a modular.
I'll review a copy. It's fine. Just send it me.
Make a modular head strap. You know,
yeah.
One built for everyone, because then they can try a Halo strap. They can see if they like it. They can try the elite strap, see which works better for them. They haven't got to buy 2 different straps. I think that's a great idea.
Or it's like the headphones. Get the headphones which are going to be compatible with the other edge straps, so people don't have to buy a brand new one.
Yeah,
you know?
But yeah, like I said, the head strap is pretty decent, but I think the price point is probably a bit of pill to swallow for some. But I didn't mind the audio. It's like I said, it's not the best audio though, and I think that's the takeaway you need to get. It's not the best audio you're going to get from a pair of headphones. But anyway, let's move on. I played a lot of games this week, a lot of games, and I'm going to try and go through as many of them now. Starting with the ones that I don't need to talk a lot about because it was shite, or I was shite at it. So let's start with those first. The first one that was shite, and not that I was shite at it, was Firmament. I held off playing this because I was hoping for an update, and that's why I've not spoke about it yet on the channel, because I was really hoping for that update. When people said to me the anti-aliasing, the resolution, and all that kind of stuff, and the frame rates were really bad, I thought they were joking. I really thought they were joking. I loaded into this game and I was like, I can see the anti-aliasing straight away. And usually I don't pick up on it straight away unless it's quite of a distance. And I'm like, I can see a little bit around there. The title card, you can see it on that. And then it spawns you into the area, and then it's doing this dialogue, and it leaves this black box on your screen, even though there's no dialogue in it at the time. And then you see a woman talking, you look over and her face is blurry as shit. And then you walk over to her and you're like, oh, actually, the quality of her face is actually really close when I'm standing like this close to her. So I did like a little test and went through like furthest back in the room and saw her face, and it literally looks like a smudge. And then you walk midway, and then it looks like she looks like a fish. Okay, for some reason, the anti-aliasing has made her lips like go really big. So like it's like a big circle on her face. And then you go closer again, you see her face, and I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck happened in development where they went, this is great, let's get this out? No, just no. Other than that, the puzzle mechanics are pretty cool, but there's certain parts of this game, and I remember actually watching GT's review as well, where there is a game-breaking bug, like where if you have auto save on, there's like this ice block that will drop.
The ice blocks,
yeah. If you don't stand on it, you drop it. That's it. It'll auto save, and you can't get that back. You can't. There's no way of progressing. You broke the game, and they've not fixed that. Nothing's been fixed. So yeah, for me, I'd probably say stay far away from this one because I played it for about 30 to 40 minutes. I was like, yeah, that's enough. I don't need any more of this.
It's hybrid, right? Though this is the game. The purchase is hybrid.
I don't know if it's hybrid. I didn't look.
Is it not? Is it just VR only?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I didn't look.
No.
I didn't look if it was
I
hybrid.
thought, something in my head thought there was a flat screen version or not.
There is a flat screen version on PC, I believe, and it was
right.
Yeah, I think it's an old flat screen game. But yeah, Firmament for me, stay away from it. Stay well away from it. Next up, what I played is Space Drop, which felt like it was a rhythm game, like Beat Saber rhythm type games where things come towards you. Although we don't say Beat Saber anymore because everyone's kind of like hates it now because it doesn't support PSVR2. But hey, they still support Quest, so I still like Beat Saber. But yeah, Space Drop is like that, but you have asteroids coming towards you and you shoot those, and there's lasers and you shoot those and you dodge them all and you thrust. But the weird thing is that the thrusting to move is done with your hands. So if you go like that and you're shooting and stuff, you'll move as well.
It's really interesting the way you said that. Is you've got asteroids coming towards you, which was my kind of feel because you should be going towards them and dropping from space.
Exactly, and that's the thing.
But it feels like things are coming towards you.
It does.
You don't feel that motion.
That's the thing. They were trying to make it so you can tell they were trying to make it so it feels like you've got that sense of movement. But for me, I still feel like I was a person.
It doesn't feel like you're moving.
Yeah. For me, it's always a difficult thing to capture. But for me, it just felt like I was standing on a spot and things were coming towards me, and I was kind of like trying to dart out of the way of them. And I think that's the one thing I kind of was like, ooh.
I've got a top 3 for a few of the first opening missions, though.
Pardon? Did you?
I got the top 3 for the first.
Oh, okay, you got the top 3, did you? Well done on you.
I've seen you on the leaderboards there.
Oh, okay, fair play then. But this is the thing. Like, I kind of want to say it's not the greatest thing, but at the same point, I weirdly got some enjoyment from this. Like, I do want to play more of it, and I
think if you're a leaderboard chaser, it's going to be addictive.
The music's not that great either, to be fair. Like, I wasn't feeling anything of the music.
I kind of turned it down.
I think it's something. If I play it again, I'm probably just going to have the music turned down and put something on Spotify or something like that.
Visually, it looks okay.
Yeah,
it's kind of nice and crisp
not the
in the
worst
headset.
thing, is it?
Although, why is that text box at the start right up there? I
can't read that. Do you want me to climb a ladder and me?
It's too close and it's right there. Yeah. It's just like.
So I pulled out the step ladder and climbed it up, and I read it in VR, so I just can get a read of it. But no, it's not the worst thing, but it's not the greatest thing. There's some weird enjoyment I got from it, but
is it 5 or 6 levels per difficulty? Because you've got easy, medium, hard, and ultra, haven't you?
Yeah, I mean, at the same point, just to be quick with it, I probably say wait for a sale if you're interested in picking this one up, just because. I don't even know what the full price.
What's the price?
I don't even know what the full price is. You say your thoughts, Nick. Quickly, I'll find out.
It's like I said. It's just the haptics aren't great, but it's kind of good. But it hasn't got any kind of adaptive triggers because that would kill you. The amount of firing you're doing on the game, that would really kill you. Very mild. I did feel a little bit of headset haptics, but again, quite mild. You kind of expect if you run into an asteroid, it's going to belt you around the face, but it doesn't. They could really enhance that. And it's just that sense of speed just not quite there. It's exactly what Reese said. It's you feel like the things are coming towards you. You're not flying through space in a space drop. So I don't know how they could kind of combat that really. But yeah, if it's if it was a decent price, there could be a lot of
what's a decent price for you? What's a decent price? What would make you go, I'll buy that now?
I feel like it's definitely kind of probably like a $7.99, $8.99 game at most.
Okay, well, it's $9.99. So
that's not too bad. I think if it comes on sale for under a $5 and you like a good leaderboard challenge, then it could be worth picking up.
What I will say though, if you're somebody who chases platinum trophies, this game does not have one, so there is that.
All right, that's it. I'm deleting it.
Yeah, there's no platinum trophy. I did take a look because I was like, I bet there's platinum. This isn't too difficult. I took a look and I was like, well. What's the real purpose?
I don't know why.
What's the real purpose of me playing it? It's usually because some developers don't understand how the PlayStation system works, and
because some people try to say, "Oh, you've got to have a certain number of platinum."
It's a certain I think it's a certain number of points.
I've seen ones with very little.
Yeah, it's a certain number of points basically. So each trophy. So what the real way of doing it would be, I assume, would make every single trophy a bronze, make every single trophy a gold. then that would lead to the amount of that you would need for the platinum, or make like 90 bronze trophies and 5, all that kind of stuff. I think there's a weird way around it. I don't know. I don't have the details from PlayStation. I don't think they've ever really shared it in detail. I don't know. So
I always said that about Compound, though. It's kind of like, well, just you could have added in so many kills with shotguns, so many kills with this
exactly.
weapon. You could have added those extra trophies, and then boom, you've got your platinum.
But anyways, I was probably say wait for it to go for like $6.99, $5.99, something like that. It's not the worst thing I've
around
played.
the £5 mark. Yeah, £5-6 probably about right for it.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. There's not much more to it. Jumping on to the next game that I played, that I wasn't great at. But it is pretty decent. It looks a lot better than what it originally did. Is VRider. I'm terrible at this game. Absolutely terrible. Like, I mean, abysmal. There's nothing to it. Like, I mean, I try and turn a corner, I sway off and hit a wall. I am terrible at this game. But I like the aesthetic of it. I like the way it looks. But my only negative I really have towards them is, why the hell do I not have arms? Why can't I see my arm revving this motorcycle? It gives you twist to turn and throttle your bike. That's awesome. That sounds great. Yeah. And then it's like,
it's the immersion.
Yeah, and you just don't see an arm. And it's like, nah, mate. I'll just use the analog and I'll just use the R2 to ride the bike, like, because I'm not getting anything from this twisted motion.
It's very sim. I think for motorbike enthusiasts and what do like motorbikes or ride them, they're going to get a lot out of it.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think they're really going to, it's the Gran Turismo style of motorbikes, and we don't have anything else like that.
Not the same quality of that, but
not in
don't expect the Gran Turismo graphics.
It looks good. It now looks good. It now looks decent. And I enjoyed. I went straight to Donington Park, because I'm a download guy. I like going to festivals, and I know Donington Park quite well. It was nice to drive around Donington Park, but I just found it difficult to control. I just don't understand bikes, because I've never ridden bikes. So yeah,
I'm pretty going to go as far as to say, as someone who has rode not really a motorbike or a super bike or anything like that. I mean, I'm assuming riding a super bike would be a lot harder.
A dirt bike.
Yeah, I mean, something like that. I mean, like, I've had a go on one, but I feel like in memory serves me, that felt easier. But then again, I can't drive in VR, so no, I don't.
I feel like it needs to the lean, because you kind of got to lean as well as twist.
Yeah, and this is where it comes back to, like, and I don't want to compare the two titles too much, but this is where it comes back to V-Racer, like, with the whole movement system of that. It works. It works in your mind. It makes it very accessible. But again, that's an arcade, and this is a sim type of biker game. But yeah, like Pickle said, if you want a game that is extremely sim racing, it's realistic, and they aim for that realism of a motorbike, I think you're going to get a kick from it and you're going to like it. It's just that I think if you're expecting to go in this and thinking you're going to be really good at it, no. You're going to have a high learning curve, and you're going to have to understand how this thing works, understand your speed, all that kind of stuff. Especially if you do the twist
throttle. I feel
like
someone needs to,
because obviously, I was going to say, because obviously with the twist throttle, if you're going like that, you're opening up the engine. You then need to kind of lower it down like that to lower the speed. So like when you go for your brake, you're going to be going like that, and you're really speeding it up, and then you're going to have to hit that off and then hit your brake, so it closes both off, because otherwise you're still getting acceleration while you're trying to brake and all that kind of stuff. So you need to remember all these things at the same time. I mean, obviously there's no gear changing, thankfully. He hasn't got you don't have to change gears, but yeah, it's I think unless you are someone that maybe rides a motorcycle or things like that, I think you'll kind of be like, you'll pick that up straight away, but otherwise it's muscle memory learning that for other people.
I just feel like someone needs to design a mount for the controllers. So, because just holding your hands out is very tiring in VR.
Yeah.
Just holding your hands like that, which is what I really liked about V-Racer, because it is just leaning. You can just put your controllers in your lap and just sit there and just lean, and it's perfect while you're using your triggers to accelerate and brake. And I just playing like that, it gets tiring very quick. So, but if you had something to lean on, something that was attached to, it would probably feel better as well. Yeah,
it's cool.
That's it. We need to design it. We need to get a cross button pattern thing.
Two ideas. It's good. I've got no qualms with how it is as a game. It's just my qualms come from I'm just terrible at it. So anything I'm saying, it sounds like I'm being negative. I'm not being negative about the game. The game is good. I'm bad at the game. I am putting my hands up high here, and I am terrible at this game. Like, I could do the parts on the tutorial, and then when it goes to the real levels, I'm like, okay, this is cool. And I was playing it a little bit better. And then when you like start going really fast, I'm like, okay, I've lost it. Like,
then everybody blitz past you. And
I can keep it between 40 miles per hour to 60 miles per hour. As soon as it hits the 100, that's lost. And the thing is, it hits the 100 pretty quick, so I'm pretty much fucked straight away. So, but no, if you want a really realistic racing game, definitely look in its direction. They've put in the work now to make it a lot better on PlayStation, and again, I always appreciate that when developers do that. So, thank you.
I just would love to see a career mode, because that is basically like single race and multiplayer, and there's that kind of there's not really much else to it, and I just want some kind of progression, something to unlock, and bikes and upgrades, and I kind of want that from it.
Brilliant. I've got 2 other games to talk about. I know you've been playing one of them as well, and I'm going to mention one of the issues.
Eventually.
Yeah, I'm going to mention one of the issues on one of them as well from the get-go, because I think a lot of people are going to buy it and go, it's broken. So first off, the game I'm talking about next is Bridge Constructor. And this is obviously a bridge building game. But before I get into the details of the game, I'm going to tell you how to fix the issue if you don't know what's wrong with it. Okay. And I have reported this to the developers. I'm waiting to hear back, because I've literally jumped to it and I've sent them an email saying, okay, this is an issue of the game. I don't know if anyone else has played it and mentioned this yet. When you load up the game, if you have your PSVR2 headset on and your Sense controllers in hand, it will detect the game as a flat version. So instantly your Sense controllers won't work. It won't ask you to, sort out your environment or anything like that. What you need to do is just literally just press X on your DualSense controller. If it's your first time playing, crack on with the little bit of the tutorial until you can press start, and then change it to VR mode. And it will literally just ping you straight into the VR mode. I have let them know about this. I've said basically if there's any way you can kind of make it so it detects that the VR headset's on straight away. Like other games have done it. Midnight Walk done it. Foglands done it where it detects the VR headsets on straight away, so it plays it straight away in VR. So I said they need to kind of do that, because I said straight off from the start, I was like, this is fucking broke.
Well, the button just says play. It doesn't even say press X. But then as soon as you load it with your DualSense, the play says press X.
Oh, mine was saying press X anyway. But
no, mine just said play, but there was no X button showing.
It might be because I have my it might be because I have my my DualSense on still.
No, I didn't. That's the thing. I didn't even have my DualSense on, so it just says play, a green play button, and nothing worked. Okay. But then once I loaded it with the DualSense on as well, it said press X.
Yeah. So that's the way you fix it and get into the game. I like it. Like, apart from that one issue that I've ran into so far, I like these type of games because they really do make me think. And I've got to admit, like, in terms of like difficulty, I think they kind of hit you straight out of the gate with like, this is what you need to do. Now go forth and do it yourself. And then you get to the next level and you're just mucking around trying the different bridge mechanics to see what's going to fall and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, it
gives you some basic building designs.
Yeah.
And when something new comes up, it might give you a hint.
Yeah.
But then it does kind of let you just figure it out. So
yeah, I'm liking it so far. I mean, this is by no means a review. I think at this point in time, I've done like maybe 4 or 5 levels on the first chapter, something like that.
Yeah, I think I've cleared about 8. I think on the first chapter.
He's been playing it longer than me, then clearly. But yeah, for what I played so far, I like it. This is not going to be for everyone. This is a game for your chilled VR gamer who just wants to sit there, not think about the daily struggles of life. They've just got home from work, had a bad day. They want to crack open a cold one and just build some bridges, and then realise every sensitive step they take, the bridge is going to break.
Yeah, and people on that bus are going to die.
Yes, and that's on you. So make sure you make your bridge. But yeah, chilled VR gamer right here. And I was sitting there playing it, and I was like, you know what? It takes me back to the toy trains part of VR gaming. Like, I love that. I love just kind of like just making these little things and sorting it out. It's not as intuitive as toy trains or unique because this has been done before. But yeah, no, I like it. For what
I imagine the mixed reality version on Quest would have been quite nice.
Yeah.
If it was in your own space kind of thing. And the only thing I'd say is it could be sharper.
Yes,
it's visually not bad. It's not bad, but it's just a little bit fuzzy in places, and some of the text. When you lean towards it's fine, but it's not pin sharp. It's not particularly blurry. It's just slightly out of focus in places.
Yeah.
But it's by no means bad.
Yeah, I mean, like I said though, at the end of the day, I'm happy with the gameplay. Visual wise, yeah, it's a little bit of work to be done, but it's in no means like a bad.
I just always feel like simpler games with like a certain aesthetic and graphical
Yeah,
style.
you haven't got much of an excuse to say why isn't this perfect
This should
as
be
well.
kind of like super sharp.
That's the issue as well. Like most people are like, oh, it's great, and then it works. And I would be like, for what it's aiming for, it works. But the same point is like, you're not running around, you're not moving, you're not hitting things. Why isn't this looking as sharp as possible? The only movement you do is when you grip the table and you move around like that and that kind of stuff.
As soon as you turn VR mode on, though, you're regularly in the table. You got to push it away.
And I didn't read the tutorial board as well, straight away. So I was like, okay, I'll move my stool back like 6 steps, and then I read the board, and it was like, oh, okay, grab it, and I was like, okay, I'll move back to where I was then.
Whenever I play anything what's got any kind of diorama board in front of me, I just go straight for the Demio controls. Every time.
It is. That's what they use all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know from what I've played of it, and it's a very short amount. Like I said, this is not a full review, but from what I played of it, I'm liking it. I am liking it, and it cost £9.49.
I think that's decently priced. It seems to be
a lot of levels.
Content in there.
A lot of levels. It seems it's got decent ratings from the people that have picked it up at the moment. It's sitting at 64% on 5 stars. And that's at 11 ratings. There is some 2 stars, 3 stars, and 4 stars. So it does seem varied from people that have been playing it. But so far I'm looking forward to jumping back and playing more of that. Before I jump into the final game that I've played this week, would you like to say any games that you've been playing?
I've just not had much chance, but
unacceptable. Get out.
I've been playing a couple of games I can't discuss, a couple of play tests and things. But obviously, you know what I've been playing because you see what I'm playing when I'm on Quest.
Yeah,
but
it's very difficult to play something that no one knows that you're going to be playing.
NDA's never said turn yourself offline.
I mean, it doesn't matter if you turn yourself offline anyway. If someone just looks at your most recent games, you're going to see it.
Yeah, but some good stuff. And then obviously I've been playing. What have I just done videos for? Plasmaborn. It's like a roguelike shooter on Quest. That was all right. Been playing. Always a roguelike, but it's actually
always a roguelike.
I've actually just had an update because it only had click turning.
I just one that's kind of went for the Doom look to it.
Yes, it's very Doom inspired.
Then it had spiders. And I was like, get out of it, mate.
Yeah, first level spiders.
Not interested.
Just an update for the smooth turning, so I am interested in getting back in and seeing how that plays. But it's so hard when you've got so many things to play to get back to stuff. Played a bit of word game and Neolithic Dawn. I played a little bit more Neolithic Dawn recently as well.
Yeah, we should probably talk about that a little bit actually, because I like and don't like it. It's a weird one. Like I like
it's early access.
Exactly. Let me start with that. It's early access, and I think a lot of the reasons why I don't like it are a lot of things that are going to get ironed out. It's incredibly janky. But what it does right is the social aspect of having people around you and you just doing stupid shit like climbing a tree and your teammate would be like, "Where are you?" And literally, I played it with Pickle and I literally saw him run away looking for me. And then he walks up to a tree. He's like, "What are you doing up there?" I'm like, "Oh, I can see you." Like, that kind of thing.
But then you can crouch in the tree and it's
pull
like
your legs up.
And
you look really weird.
But it's 6 players as well. 6 player online.
It was that type of stuff that I was absolutely loving. I found that really hilarious. And then we went to kill a bear, and I was like, that was a lot jankier than it should be, and things like that. But again, like we said, like Pickle reminded me because I always seem to forget. But it is early access, and I think a lot of the issues I have with it are what they're going to have to work on. The backpack is, although it works at the same point, sometimes I just feel like it is a bit.
It doesn't work as good as it
should.
Do.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like you're good to pick it up or put something away. In corner of eye, you see like a little backpack symbol appear, and if you just could have put
it's not enough rate. It needs to add a bigger.
It could just fall.
Yeah, it needs to add.
You've got to wait to see that symbol. You know,
it needs to add a bigger
and
area.
This shoulder, you've got like a shoulder holster, and same again. You can go to put a spear over your shoulder, thinking you've holstered it, and then no, you've dropped it, and it's dropped through the floor.
Yeah.
But in essence, it's good. What they're aiming for is that kind of Song in the Smoke, survival, Neolithic caveman.
Yeah.
But multiplayer, and I like the idea. I really do like the idea, and I do wish them well with it.
Yeah, 100%. Like I think if they keep putting in the work, they're going to get it to where they want it to be. I like the whole thing, like you'd make your weapon and you kind of stick the things to it, tie the twine around it, and all that kind of stuff. That was all cool. Loved all that. Kill a deer, you need meat. How are you going to get meat? You have to skin it and all that kind of stuff, and take the meat and.
So they can refine that.
Yeah, they can definitely refine that
because you just keep stabbing it. You know, and just kind of.
That was the thing. I think the first hiccup that made me go, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" So you're telling me to do one thing, like use your knife to, skin the deer,
but all you've got to do is just.
And it wasn't working. So it wasn't working for my knife. So I was using the sharp edge of the knife, and none of that was working. I ended up slapping it. Like I was like just slapping the deer. It was like all of a sudden it just exploded into meat pieces, and I was like, "Okay, yeah, I don't think that's how it's meant to be." But yeah, early access. It's quite fun if you're going to play it with a group of friends. I think you would have a good laugh at it. But for now, for me, especially, yeah, I'm waiting to see what they do with it in work. Yeah, crack on with what you've been playing next.
Other than that, I keep going back to Surviving Mars, Pioneer on the Quest. I love it. I really love that game, and I just can't wait for the PSVR2 version.
Either. I think that's.
I just think they're going to nail it. And obviously it's Impact Inked what's worked with them for publishing. So I think whenever you get any Impact Inked and cross. Factor VR and studios, anything.
They're all under the same kind of thing, aren't they? The same roof.
Yeah, all under the umbrella. And these guys, and I just love it. I like survival games.
Yeah.
I never thought I would like survival games, but just something about that game just keeps bringing me back. It's that isolation in Mars, and yeah, that's still early access, and they're still working on things, but I love it. It's a really good game. Man. I just think the PSVR2 version.
Oh,
higher res textures. The
wait.
haptics.
I can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
All right, well, I'll jump into the last game that I've been playing this week, and I'm sure some people that also follow my actual channel. I know some probably don't. So, Gorn 2.
What are they doing? Subscribe now.
Yeah, you can do. But Gorn 2, it came out. Shadow drop. Why? Come on, Gorn. Yeah. Devolver alone, like I have a lot of respect for Devolver as a publishing company. A lot of the games they put out, I have a blast with. Like most recently, I've been jumping in playing Mycopunk, which is another game they've just recently published. I think as a publishing place, they put out so many great games from these developers, and I think they just know how to market stuff. So I was quite shocked to see that it just shadow dropped. Because a company like this that has really good marketing skills that can amp up their stuff. I was quite shocked by that. But I also understand there's probably other bigger games that they're publishing at the same time that deserve more attention. Or, they wanted to sink their attention to. But anywho, it had been out on Quest. It's had its kind of amp up. It's had its hype. But yeah, it finally came to PSVR2 and it's Gorn. It's Gorn. If you played Gorn 1, you liked Gorn 1. You're going to like Gorn 2. It's everything that Gorn 1 gave you, but with more. And it's fun. It's frantic. It's ridiculously stupid. It's humorous.
You can turn it on so that the confetti comes out instead of blood.
Yeah, you can turn on the non-gore mode if you want. Yeah, you can.
The non-gore Gorn.
Yeah,
that's hard to say.
It's just a great game. I love Gorn. And I remember Gorn as in like the first one. Being one of the first injuries I had in VR because I was playing it and I had a fan and I hit my hand against the fan and knocked the fan across the room. I actually broke the fan and cut part of the skin on my hand. No scarring, thankfully, but it was quite a funny moment because it was one of the first times I ever hurt myself in VR. And Gorn, you did that. You hold that trophy. Gorn 2, fortunately, I've not hit anything in the room, but I was having such a blast with this. The new power-ups with like the big hands, where it just makes these hands incredibly large. You just do like a little tap to them and they just go flying. The challenges, be like meat grinders and things like that, and you got to get certain enemies into a certain amount of them and all that kind of stuff. It's everything you want from Gorn, but they've added, like I said,
platinum.
There is a platinum, yes. There is a platinum, yes.
Yeah.
And it's just a lot of fun. Like it makes Gorn 1 pretty much obsolete at this point. Like you don't need to go back and play Gorn 1. You just need to play Gorn 2, and I'm having such a blast with it. Like it's one that I'm still having a lot of fun with. I will go over one thing because this has been a discussion I've had with quite a few people. I played it and I was like, can't really feel the haptics in these controllers. And everybody's saying, oh no, there is haptics, they're delayed, and oh no, there is haptics and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, okay, so at this point in time, I was like, my controllers are fucked. So I got my spare set of controllers out from storage. The storage that I have on me, not the other storage that's in a warehouse at the moment. But and I set them up. Couldn't feel the haptics that much. So I was like, okay, so it's not my controllers. Did some other little things, some other little tips and tricks that people said how to fix haptics. Nothing changed. Uninstalled and reinstalled the game. Nothing changed. Now, what I'm saying here is there is haptics, but they're so weak and minor that it's like, for a game that's over the top, I expected the haptics to be over the top. Like, the time I'm...
Nice and punchy,
yeah, exactly. And the time I'm feeling these haptics is when I'm clanging my weapons together. I'm not sitting there going like this the whole time. I'm going in and like punching the enemies, and then you're slicing the enemies, and you feel like a little slight vibration. And I'm like... And I looked at all my settings. I've got all my vibration and all the haptics and all my controls set up to strong, but, you know... I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And everybody's like, no, I can feel haptics. I'm like, okay, so either I've now got really concrete skin and I can't feel these haptics, or I'm just going mad. Take your pick. But yeah, I can't feel the haptics that much. And personally, I'd say I hope they get a patch for the haptics, but this doesn't stop me from saying buy this game. I'm having a blast. Having a blast. I'm having a blast. I'm having a blast of this game, and literally I can't wait to next time I jump back in. Just do more of the challenges and trying to get the trophies on it. I'm just, oh mate, it's just really good. I loved it on Quest. I was having a blast on Quest, and it's come to PSVR2, and yeah, it's equally as good. You know, it's great. So I highly recommend this one.
Because was the first game only the that
it
kind
was,
of
and then they eventually added then they eventually added analog when they did the port and things like that. But the analog movement on the PSVR, the PS5 version, which is the version no one speaks about really, is because it had a weird the Vision A when you were walking and you couldn't turn it off. It was really odd, and I can't remember if they ever fixed that. I'd have to go back one day and check. But Gorn 2 doesn't have any of that. You know, you analog movement, or you can do the little slide movement, grip to move movement. It's just awesome. It's Gorn, but there's bosses and there's these weird characters with the stupid dialogue. Like I think one of them was talking about milk. You go to like this certain area and the boss is like wearing he's like a bone. He's like, you even fight the mini boss, and the mini boss was called Bono or something like that. And I was just like, it's the most stupidest writing you could think of. But at the same point, it's like, this is what I expect. And I was just chuckling at so many different things. Yeah, it's one I would have to say, go pick it up. Definitely. I mean, did you play much of Gorn in the past, the first one?
No, I never got around to playing the first one.
You haven't played the first one either.
I don't think I've played many kind of combat arenas. It's one of those. I don't know if it's my style. But until I try it, I don't know. Because this is the thing I've discovered, which I didn't think I'd like, and then suddenly I do like. But I'm a narrative guy. I do like a good story. I like a good adventure.
Well,
and
I mean,
but this has got a bit of a narrative towards it.
It has. So, like the background story, like I'm going to try to do my best impression, because you know how much, especially after I did Sir Anvil Cafeus, you know, that went down like a treat.
Is it a brothel?
Yeah. I can't even remember how to do that one anymore. But the voiceover in this, like when you're in like the main area or the starting game, it's like Gorgia, it's like it's saying all these words, but they don't really. I don't know if it's an actual language or if it's just a made up language kind of thing. I don't know. I'm not that skilled in the world of languages to know any different. But it's pretty much like that. Or booyah, it kind of says it that, and but you can read it. And I was like, oh, okay. And it's also the same when I played it on Quest, because my mindset was like, oh, is it going to be that the whole way through? And then you get to the bosses, and they're talking like their own voice acting and actual, you know, English you can understand and things like that, not a made up language or a language I've never heard of before. So then you kind of get into it and you chuckle at their different remarks and things like that. And something's just, like I said, it's just so fucking stupid. It really is. But I'll quickly go over the pricing and I also want to go over the rating, because I'm happy to see this. It's got 4.9 on the store of 104 ratings, and it's currently sitting at 94% 5 stars, which I think is pretty good.
Yep.
$15.99. I'm going to say it's well worth that. It's a lot of fun. It's an absolute blast for that. And if you do want Gorn 1 as well, you can buy the Gorn collection, which is $28.99.
Well, it kind of sounds like you just want to go for Gorn 2, doesn't it?
Yeah, the collection is pretty pointless at this. But if you do want to play both of them, You can. But yeah, $15.99, completely worth it. I'm having a blast. I'm going to keep playing more of it. I'm going to try and get more of the trophies. I don't know if I'll platinum it, but I just think it's a good bit of a workout as well.
Yeah, you're going to get that.
Somebody, I think somebody left a comment as well. It's like, without sounding mental like or something along those lines, this seems like a really good way to let off some stress. And I was like, yeah, just don't word it like that when the game is literally just you murdering people. Well, not really murdering people. It's arena. It's the old gladiator style stuff. Are you not entertained? But yeah, really good. Really happy with it. Had a lot of fun. But that's pretty much it. That's all I played this week, and that's covered all the games. And yes, I didn't think this episode was going to be short. I was hoping it'd be shorter, but there was this is why I'm glad there was no news and no topic really. But
I just had to turn the light on because I suddenly realised I was kind of sat in the dark.
My partner's especially was like, "You coming to play Ark? You coming to play Ark?" I'm like, "Yep, I'm going to come now." So with that,
it's that pickle. Every time we talk to that pickle,
it's me. It's me, mate. I think I'm the problem here. But there's a lot of stuff to go through, and I think the way to kind of end that off with in a good way is that if anyone's telling you there's no games on PSVR2, there's nothing coming, and it's we're in a dry spurt, that right there, we've just went for like 5 or 6 games. Bullshit. There's tons of stuff coming. There's more each week. More games getting announced out of the blue. Even if you keep seeing this shovelware stuff, keep optimistic. There's a lot of good stuff.
Well, you see, there's no games on there because there's no AAA games or something you've heard of. But
no AAA games. You just played Love Lies and Rain.
Yeah, we don't need just the Call of Duties and things like that. There's so many great games to play in VR in general. You just might not have heard about them.
Yeah.
But this is what these communities. This is what we try to do. As a community and content creators, just tell people. But we're eating good. There's good stuff in VR.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with that, you got any more to add?
No, come and join the Discord.
Yes, do it. Let's get this community stuff all going. I'm loving all that. That's fun. Let's do it all.
Yeah.
Right.
And we can meet up and do some shizzle and kill some things.
Faux
pop
shizzle.
Some balls and do some shizzle.
Well,
which is really weird because I've just come back from Store Market and the Popeye's chickens has come up and my wife just saw it and all she said it was Popeye's chickens, the shiznit.
Oh yeah, I fucking love Popeyes. Sadly, it's not as good as you think it was going to be. Sorry, Popeyes, but it's not. But yeah. Anyways, with that, thanks again for listening. If you've enjoyed this episode, we'd love it if you could tell your family and friends. And if you'd like to get more involved, please do not hesitate to drop into our Discord. We've said it enough times this episode. Jump in there. Definitely jump in there. And thank you to everyone that has already done so. I've been your host, Reese, and I've been joined by Happy Pickle. And we'll see you again next time. Until then, it's goodbye.